equal status. Women are given equal opportunity. Push forward and say, हम भी करके दिखाएंगे.
नमस्कार दोस्तों, मैं दीपक पांडे नवभारत कैंपेन में आपका स्वागत करता हूं। हमारी आज के मेहमान है लोडस्टार की सीईओ नंदिनी दयाल, जिन्होंने डिजिटल की एक नई पहचान दी है, जिससे युवाओं को एक नया मौका दिया है। आइए जानते हैं नंदिनी जी से उनकी कहानी, उन्हीं की जुबानी। नंदिनी जी, नवभारत की सुपरमैन कैंपेन में आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है।
थैंक यू।
ये एडवर्टाइजिंग की दुनिया में और आज बतौर सीईओ आप कार्यरत हैं, इसकी शुरुआत इस जर्नी की शुरुआत कैसे हुई?
एक्चुअली काफ़ी एक इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरी है उसके पीछे। मेरे पिताजी आईएएस ऑफिसर थे और एक दिन जब हम 19-20 इयर्स के थे और मैं और मेरी सिस्टर ट्रेन से राजकोट जा रहे थे। माय फादर वाज स्टेशन्ड इन राजकोट एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम। सो रात को हम और एक कूपे में हम दोनों बहनें रह रही थी. So we get a knock in the night and we open through that little window and the TC says, there's a lady here who would like to join you and she's all alone. Can she join us? Can she join you in? And our first reaction was, no. Our father said, no, don't open the door to anyone. So, just the fear of just women traveling by themselves and don't open. But after some conversation and we saw the girl and she convinced us that, it's all safe. She just wanted to travel. She had to do it instantly without having booked. And then she came in. Surprisingly, when we started talking to her, we realized she was a famous journalist. And she was going to cover something that had happened in Gujarat at that point of time. She was the editor of Abhiyan magazine. And I don't know if you know, she was a lady called Sheila, but she's very much, acting even now. So, Sheila and us, we didn't think we'd ever meet each other again. So it was lovely. We almost whole night spoke to each other. And within that, it was, I think, the first time that I actually articulated saying, I want to be in advertising and I don't know what's the method, but I want to be there. So that's the starting of how as soon as I graduated, I called up Sheila and said, Sheila, I've graduated now. I yet need to get my results, but can I come and work with you? And she said, come over. And that's how I started in advertising.
So great, of course. मतलब एक जर्नल कहानी वाकई इंटरेस्टिंग थी कि एक जर्नलिस्ट इन्फ्लुएंस होकर आज बतौर मीडिया में एडवर्टाइजिंग सेक्टर की बात है. सो क्या नंदिनी दयाल जो बनना चाहती थी वो बन गई या और कुछ बाकी अचीव करना?
अभी जब चालू किया तो बस वो थोड़ी पैसे मिल जाए इतनी ड्रीम थी. Because when we were younger, the jobs were not so much. I mean, there were very limited jobs. Either you became engineer and doctor and IAS officers, or you joined the government. But for private organizations to get in was not very easy, and nobody knew how to quickly get into a job. So तब तक तो जॉब करने की इच्छा थी और पैसा मिलेगा बहुत हो गया. I think over a period of time, job अच्छा होते रहा. The challenges kept coming. I started enjoying myself. It became bigger and bigger, and I think I came here. So first, I think मेरी कोई इच्छा थी CEO बनने की या कुछ बन के दिखाने की. I don't think that was a starting point. But because I started working well, because it all started falling into place, I think promotion hote gaya. Because, I worked well, I like to work well. If I take anything, I need to see it is done to the best of my ability. And I think that took me to the CEO. Aage kya banna, what do I want to do next? I do realize that there aren't too many women CEOs, right? And so having got this place and having got the exposure and got the ability to talk to journalists like you, I think my biggest desire now is to see how can I help other women and make it easier for them and the path, so to just make things available, make things easier, give them the confidence, help them grow. So as one set of things, and besides the women, just help bettering things around us. So which is not just women or men, but there are so many things for India which need to come up to the global standards. And if there is any way that I can do it, I would love to do it.
जैसे कि आपने कहा शुरुआत में कि उस दौरान जब आप एडवर्टाइजिंग में एंट्री ले रही थी तो उस दौरान गवर्नमेंट सर्विस और ऑफ कोर्स सिविल सर्विस की बहुत ज्यादा वैल्यू होती थी एंड यू टोल्ड कि योर डैड वाज इन द सिविल सर्विस, तो आपके पिताजी सिविल सर्विस में थे। तो जब आप एक नए ट्रेंड की शुरुआत करी तो किस तरह से फैमिली का सपोर्ट रहा? क्योंकि एक दिमाग में होता है, घर में एक चीज होती है कि अगर फादर सिविल सर्विस में तो कहीं ना कहीं फैमिली या आई मीन सन या डॉटर जो भी हैं वो उसी फील्ड को चूज करना चाहेंगे। ये एक नया मोड़ था।
तो उसमें तो थोड़ा गड़बड़ हो रहा था घर में। So their expectation was obviously ki IS, but I had the ability. So there was, you can do it, why not? But when you are younger, I used to play badminton and I used to play badminton at the national level. तो पहले तो इच्छा थी चलो खेलेंगे, ये क्या पढ़ाई करना है, ये क्यों ऐसा करना है, मैं I just want to play. So that and I joined as a sports person Western Railway for a really short time, and then I felt नहीं ये काफी नहीं है, you must do something more than that. But I didn't want to do IAS officer at that time, the government job. कुछ दिमाग में गया था कि ये नहीं चाहिए, और my father had so much responsibility, he was in the various places that he shifted and the kind of work that was happening. In my mind, this is too much. ऐसे नहीं करना चाहिए, कुछ अलग करना चाहिए. So and I'm the youngest of my siblings. हम 5 भाई बहन हैं, and I'm the youngest. So in a way, it was easy for me to say कि अभी I don't want to do this. I want to do advertising. First, everyone said कि क्या होता है, क्यों करना चाहिए, steady है कि नहीं, उससे so all kinds of questions. But I think once it started working, once I started going to the office, it started giving me confidence कि ये सब हो रहा है, then it all settled down. Earlier जरा मारामारी होती थी, कि हम तो गवर्नमेंट ऑफिसर इतना देश चलाते हैं तो 9:30 से 5:30 बजे तक हमारा काम खत्म हो जाता है। आप इतने से छोटी सी जाहिरात कंपनी में काम करते हो, 10-10, 11-11 बजे करते क्या हो आप, क्यों नहीं खत्म होता? और आप अपना कंडीशन इज नो डिफरेंट राइट नाउ. We are yet working like this, extended hours, long hours. It's not got better, it's just got worse. I feel that everybody is been working. Yeah, so that used to be a bit of a challenge, but other than that, they were okay with what I did.
So जिस तरह से आपने तो you have convinced आपने अपने फैमिली को कन्विंस कर लिया, चेंज द माइंड, लाइक उनके माइंडसेट को बदलने की कोशिश की, एंड ऑफ कोर्स आज जिसका नतीजा है कि आप यहाँ हैं. लेकिन ऐसे बहुत सारे इलाके हैं देश में, राज्य में, बहुत सारे शहर हैं जहाँ पे महिलाएं आगे तो बढ़ना चाहती हैं लेकिन उन्हें बहुत सारी चुनौतियों का सामना करना पड़ता है. तो वो कौन से बैरियर है, कौन सी चुनौतियां आपकी नजर में हैं जो वो गोल तक पहुंच नहीं पाती हैं?
एक्चुअली अपना इंडिया में बहुत इंडिया है, जो इंडिया मैं देखती हूँ और जो इंडिया बाकी शहरों में है, इट्स नॉट द सेम. सो इट इज वेरी वेरी डिफरेंट. और जो रिलेशनशिप्स that everybody has with the modernity, the open mindset is quite different. So if you're in Bombay, if you're in the bigger town, it's much easier. Starting point is literacy, and you can see because they are literate, because their understanding of the world is different, you are far more open-minded and think of equality much more than, let's say the smaller town. I mean, you'll see that just a month or 2 months back, finally, a property can be given to son and a daughter in equal proportion, right?
Yes.
So our rules of equality are also just evolving, and this has come now. And this is like the constitution, and the constitution is supposed to be 50 years ahead of everything else, right? The constitution doesn't follow reality. So you can, in a way, so I mean, there are people who are struggling at various levels and fulfilling the expectation of the family. I mean, in today's the situation that I have, the expectation of my husband, the expectation of my children, the expectation of my brother, father, sisters is the relationship expected is just of being together, being like a family. But it's not a relationship that is कि तुमको ये काम करना पड़ेगा, तुमको ये देना पड़ेगा. It's not a dependency relationship. And that makes a big difference. In the smaller towns, yet the expectation of the mother, the expectation of the sister is very different. And because of that, then it limits the people, because तुम सोच रहे हो कि मैं उनका ये नहीं fulfill करूंगी expectation, so I'm not a good girl, I'm not a good person. So and that, I think, limits people. But let me say, sheer education, abhi bahut education ka emphasis chalu hai everywhere, and you have lesser children, you try to bring equality. And I think some part of conversations like you make everybody, everyone think कि अभी तो ये सब अलग होना चाहिए, ये you should grow your daughter should be equally empowered like your son. And the situation will keep changing. It will take a bit of time, but you can see all this effort that publications like yours is also putting to just let everyone know stories like ours, to say this is a possibility, this is the way women are expected to be, this is okay to your daughter can become a CEO. Don't expect her only to become a housewife. And it's unfair to the daughter's dreams itself. I mean, the more you let people know, the more changes will happen.
जी, जैसे कि आपने कहा एक्सपेक्टेशन तो ऑफ कोर्स फैमिली की एक्सपेक्टेशन कहीं ना कहीं होती हैं, तो इतनी बड़ी जिम्मेदारी बतौर सीईओ आप हैं, तो इस जिम्मेदारी के साथ आप अपने पर्सनल और प्रोफेशनल लाइफ को मैनेज कैसे करती हैं? कि कहीं ना कहीं फैमिली की भी एक्सपेक्टेशन होती है कि साथ में रहना और टाइम मैनेज करना, तो हाउ यू मैनेज?
As a I manage my home like I manage my office. So pehle the thing to do is, I have 1,000 employees, right? So company चलाने के लिए आप जो जैसे decisions लेते हो सब, you have very you find the best person to do a task, right? So if you need to do technology, improve technology and make the whole company far more digital, you don't say कि ये तो नहीं करूँगी, correct? You find the person, you find an IT, somebody who understands technology, and you give the task to them. If you need to do something creative and an ad needs to be created, you don't say वो तो ad नहीं करूँगी. No, you find the correct advertising person, you find a creative person, art person, and that person. So in an office, you are the manager, you are the orchestrator, but different people do the tasks. I think घर में, as soon as I think women are at home, they forget that others can also do and contribute. So I think many women yet go to this saying, ये सब खुद नहीं करूँगी, और मेरे हाथ का खाना नहीं होगा तो वो बच्चे को अच्छा नहीं लगेगा, वो मेरे हाथ की चपाती नहीं होगी तो so I think that part of it I never went through. I just knew that जैसे ऑफिस चलाते घर चलाना चाहिए. And if there needs to be somebody to cook, I have found someone who cooks. There's somebody to clean, and there are things which I know that I will do because I like doing them, and there are things which husband does because he likes doing them. Whatever we don't like doing, thankfully, because of earning somewhere else, we have the money and the wherewithal to get people in who can take care. So I run the office and home with equal passion and equality as anything else. And so it runs efficiently. There is no this key, अच्छा she's working in the office, so घर में खाना नहीं है. So there's a whole imagination कि ना तो बच्चे बेचारे क्या खाते होंगे. It is all rubbish. It is, you actually have people who make it already and the kids eat. So it's all taken care of and it's all taken care of efficiently.
Right. महिलाओं की सुरक्षा को लेकर आप क्या राय रखती हैं?
अभी तो बहुत करना है. So, I don't think there is awareness that women need to be protected and protected physically many times, not because they are weak, not because they're emotionally weak, but they're physically weak. I mean, it's the gender, the female gender in terms of sheer physicality is a weaker gender than the male gender. And that's not today, but it's forever. That's the way nature is. So I think to a certain extent, we need to educate the male, counterpart to say you cannot exploit just because they are weaker. And I think what we are doing, I think we need to do a lot more to get the woman to be confident enough to say that if somebody is exploiting you in any form, verbal can be, physical can be, emotional can be, in any form, that to not take it lying down and that you should push back and that you should let people know. Most of the time, हमारे यहाँ, किसको कुछ तकलीफ है, तो वो बताते नहीं है. You keep it to yourself and you don't want to sell out your family or husband or whoever, your boss or whoever. But I think if you have that, it's not right to just tolerate forever something which is being done to you, which is not correct. So I don't think we have, I think there's a lot to be done. In fact, interestingly, in one voting site in Chennai, and we had started this, that there was a dark place and people had to travel from that dark place because for whatever reasons light nahi thi wahan. So literally in that voting site, we had put a camera so that if anybody who's passing and then troubles anybody else, it can get captured on a camera and then we could, give them the necessary punishment or hand them over to the cops. So we need to do a lot more facilities to ensure that women are safer. And, ye Mirchi ki bukki and all that is, it may be effective in something, but that's not good enough. We need to do far more stuff.
नंदिनी व्यास तो आज एक सीईओ हैं, लेकिन अगर देश चलाने का मौका मिले तो क्या वो बदलाव, ऐसा कौन सी चीज है जिसे बदलना चाहेंगी?
I think the prime ministers and everybody before me, and I think has always spoken roti kapda makan. And I think we have yet to go through or make it, we need to bring down that whole roti kapda makan thing to a space where everybody has all three. And it's a long haul, but I think that's the place to all of us need to work. And I have always said to every senior government official or anybody that I meet that anything that I can do as an individual or as an organization to say, how can we contribute, in helping people? I think, I'm more than happy to. So Roti Kapda Makan is the right space, and the faster we close that conversation, then we can talk, technology, space, all kinds, all the other things that needs to be spoken about, that's great. But the brass tacks needs to get done, our basics need to get sorted really quickly.
यहाँ तक की जर्नी, सफर तय करने का जो सफर आपने तय किया है, इसके लिए इंस्पिरेशन कौन है, कहाँ से मिलती प्रेरणा? क्योंकि इतना लंबा सफर तो आसान नहीं था.
Difficult to say inspiration कौन था. I'm like the Hindu gods ना, अपने हिंदू जो gods होते हैं, हर virtue का एक god होता है, right? So एक लक्ष्मी होती है, सरस्वती होती है, somebody for honesty, somebody. So my inspiration is like this. I've got many people who I have looked up and said, this virtue, I think this person is exceptional at. And I think that's the way. So it's no one person is God to me, but there are many gods in my life.
इस सुपरमैन कैंपेन के जरिए आप नवभारत के दर्शकों को क्या संदेश देना चाहेंगे?
To all women are that, we have grown in the best time for women. For the last 10 years, you can see everybody worldwide trying to push and see that, equality is taken seriously. Women are given equal status. Women are given equal opportunity. With this kind of, it's for people, it's for us now to see how to leverage that and how to go forward. So there's an opportunity put in front of us. We should, with real energy, gusto, see how to leverage that. And everybody at any age, it doesn't mean, I am, 30 and abhi mera, it's too late. You can be 70 and it's not too late. And if you can be, a born kid and it's not too late. So I think all women needs to say the atmosphere around us has become conducive. People are open. People are allowing us to do things. Allowing is a bad word. People are, creating conditions that, that can make us do things and bring difference. If that's the story, then it's now for us to push forward and say, हम भी करके दिखाएंगे.
तो ये कंक्लूजन एक ही होगा, जहां जब जागो तभी सवेरा. तो वो जो आपने एज वाली बात कही कि 70 हो गए या 60 हो गए, डजंट मैटर. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया नंदिनी जी हमारे सुपरमैन कैंपेन से जुड़ने के लिए. हमारी ओर से ढेर सारी शुभकामनाएं हमारे नवभारत परिवार की ओर से. जिस तरह की मुहिम आप महिलाओं के लिए जो मदद, जिस तरह से आपने कहा सोसाइटी के लिए जो कंट्रीब्यूशन आप करना चाहेंगी सरकार से, आप ऑलरेडी ये बातें कह रही हैं. आई एम श्योर आप आगे और अच्छे कंट्रीब्यूशन करेंगे और डिजिटल जिस वर्ल्ड में है उसे और बेहतर बनाएंगे. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया.